just want to make a quick video to talk about Drake, because what the hell is going on with this guy, with this album rollout and ICEMAN? Now, with Drake being one of the biggest rappers in the game and of all time, I feel like it's very fascinating to see how bad he is falling off right now and just how much people do not care about him or his music or his brand new album ICEMAN. And this is very just crazy to think about, because Drake has always been in the forefront of hip-hop and he's always been the main attraction, but for the first time in a long time, it just really seems like nobody gives a fuck. And for me personally, I actually like what Drake is doing with the ICEMAN rollout. I actually like what he's doing with the episodes. I think it's cool. I think it's innovative. Regardless of what people are saying or thinking, I think it's a very smart strategy of him trying to roll out a project. But it's just absolutely crazy how nobody cares about another ICEMAN episode. Nobody even likes the brand new ICEMAN episodes that already came out. And it really just makes me wonder, is Drake really cooked? And has he just put himself in a position where no matter what he does, what he puts out, he's just not going to be able to be that big mainstream artist that we all known and loved? And I mean, it does feel like that, because after ICEMAN episode 3, which I thought was personally really creative, and I thought that it was really smart for Drake just to do a third ICEMAN episode and just continue the story of what he was trying to go with the Pinocchio, that wasn't enough. I mean, I remember after that stream happened, a bunch of people were just shitting on him, saying that it was a horrible episode. It didn't do anything for the story. All the songs sounded trash. All of the music sounded uninspired. And to be fair, even if I liked it, I can't say that it was objectively not true, because I mean, we saw Drake drop that song with Yeet during ICEMAN episode 3 called Big Dogs, I believe. And that shit, when it dropped on streaming services, it went #1, I think, for like a few days, and it completely flopped right after. That's not a sign of Drake falling, then I don't know what is, because we've always known Drake to be this big dog in the rap game, and this guy that has always taken over the music industry, and this guy that has always stayed on the charts. But after every song he keeps putting out after his beef with Kendrick Lamar, nothing is sticking. And you would have thought it would have happened with What Did I Miss? You would have thought it would have happened during the second ICEMAN episode of Central C. You would have thought it would have happened during this ICEMAN episode 3 with Yeet, but no Drake song is charting, man. Nothing is charting. Everything is just flopping, and I feel like this is a huge problem for him, and this is a bad sign, and he needs to figure some shit out before it's too late. What makes this entire situation so much more worse is that just a few days ago, Drake literally lost this lawsuit with Kendrick Lamar and UMG and Spotify, and this is just such a bad look for him, bro. Like, honestly, I don't even know what Drake can possibly do at this point. I saw that he was trying to appeal it with his team, and they're going to try to just keep fighting this lawsuit, but I feel like he's just at a point in his career where everything he keeps trying is just failing, and this next album is make or break. But if I'm going to genuinely be honest here, I think Drake is cooked. And I actually like all the ICEMAN singles that have been coming out. I actually like the idea of the ICEMAN episodes, but I feel like Drake has just found himself in a public situation where he's always going to be clowned at, he's always going to be laughed at, and no matter what he does, it's just not going to be enough for people. And I feel like this was always something that was going to happen to Drake regardless of this beef with Kendrick Lamar, because for years now, Drake has always never really been respected in rap. I mean, even when he was on top of the world and hopping on everybody's song, a lot of people just had so much disdain for Drake. But since Drake was this massive artist, it was kind of hard for people to really voice their hate, because, you know, his numbers always reflected the opposite of that. And the people in the music industry, the people that used to work with him, were always repping him. So when you had a lot of fans or just a lot of music fans that were trying to shit on him, those fans really couldn't go up against the numbers and the actual musicians they loved that were also working with Drake. But now that I feel that he's basically public enemy #1 in the music industry, and now that he's not charting, it is just going to be a very uphill battle that he might just never win before, because of the reasons that I just listed. And I'm hearing some speculations that the album is going to have to get delayed, because supposedly he was trying to say some shit on this record that was going to correlate with the ongoing legal battle that he had. But now that the legal battle got dismissed and he essentially lost, he's gonna have to rewrite some verses and rewrite some songs. And after I hear these, you know, rumors and all this shit that's circulating, I'm just like, you know, I have a literally a palm to my face, and I'm just like, bro, Drake, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Look, man, I like ICEMAN, I like the project, I like the idea of what he was trying to go for with this album. But if this is really true that he was trying to get into the legal shit on this record, this man's an idiot, you know what I mean? And that's, I don't want to say that because I like Drake, you know what I mean? I think Drake is still, you know, a top 5 rapper of all time. But what is this dude doing, man? I really don't understand it. Every single move this man has been doing post beef with Kendrick Lamar has just not been smart. It just really hasn't. Because if you think about it, like, this dude after the beef dropped that song with Sexy Red over the Metro Boomin beat, which was literally a diss to him. That thing didn't chart. That thing flopped. Then he dropped that song Wagwan Delilah. That shit was trash. That was a fool of him. Then he ended up dropping the song of Camila Cabello. That shit did not chart. Right, and this is important because this is Drake, so you would expect him to chart, but all that shit flopped. Then he drops that album with Party Next Door. That shit kind of flops. That's not memorable. Then he tries doing this 100 gigs at one point. That whole little thing he was trying to do, that led to nothing. Then he's trying to do this ICEMAN rollout, which I actually like. I think it's cool. That shit's not sticking with people. Then he did the lawsuit. Then he lost the lawsuit. And it just feels like Drake has just been taking L after L after L. And I just really am concerned for Drake's next album. Not even from a perception wise, but maybe for like a sale wise, man. Like I'm thinking about it, like how the hell is Drake gonna even perform with sales, you know, if this shit is looking this bad for him just perception wise. And this is all happening while Kendrick Lamar, who was the person that was beefing with him last year, is just having so much fun. I mean, yesterday we saw him at the Antagonist show of Playboy Cardi. We're seeing him do a world tour right now where he's just selling out every single stadium. He's hopping on different songs with people like Pusha T and Cardi. And, you know, he's just living the life, man. Kendrick Lamar is just celebrating. He's having that victory run a year later. And Drake is just taking L after L after L. And it really makes you wonder, like, you know, in 5 years, where is Drake going to be? And I remember after the beef with Kendrick Lamar, a lot of people were saying that Drake was just going to be another Ja Rule. And, you know, he was going to fall off and he wasn't going to be relevant. And a lot of people at the time were saying that would never happen. You know, Drake would always be the king. Drake would always be the god of the rap game. And I don't know, man. It's looking like that's going to happen because this man has not taken one real W since this beef. I feel like I'm yapping though, but I just wanted to make this quick video really just to kind of rant about Drake and where I think his music career is heading. I do think ICEMAN is going to be a good album from an objective standpoint, but I think the public perception is really what's gonna fuck his career over, and just this sheer amount of hate that people have for Drake. But I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find out. Why do you guys think Drake is getting all this hate? Why do you guys think that Drake has just not been able to get a W? What do you guys think is Drake's main issue? What do you guys think is Drake's main problem in trying just to get back into the public eye, which he used to be? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We're trying to get to 2K subscribers before the end of October, so let's make that happen, guys. But what do you guys think? Drake, ICEMAN, are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Let me know.